I'm Sota.
I'm Yuta.
I'm Bento.
And today we're here with Chris from the YouTube channel Bento Club. First, could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, like you said, my name's Chris. I am the YouTuber Bento Club. I make Japanese food videos, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so thank you for being here today. So in this video, we're going to be interviewing him and also enjoying these Japanese foods that we prepared here. So yeah, let's get started.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's try some of the foods.
Yeah.
So one of the things that a lot of these have in common is that they're kind of sort of slimy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of slimy stuff today.
Yeah.
Wow. Very slimy.
You want this, Roger?
Maybe. I think is it
You want
good?
some?
Wow, what is that?
It's tororo.
Tororo?
Yeah. It's actually this, but it's like you grind it and then it turns into this slimy thing.
Okay.
Wow.
Wait.
It's yam.
Grate it.
Grated yam.
Yeah, show me. How do you grate it?
You take the yam and you just do like that. And then it just turns into
like
this
a
squishy.
fluffy, slimy
That's
cloud.
so cool.
Look at that. It's lumpy, it's squishy, and slimy.
Yeah.
And you usually eat it with soba and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe you could always put it on white rice as well.
Yeah.
You want some?
Yep. Ooh.
So how does that work?
Good.
Oh, you want some soy sauce on that or something?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Just like a few drops. There you go. Try it.
How does it taste?
How's like the texture as well?
Like, what do you call it? Like creamy?
Creamy.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try some other foods.
So that's
Mozuku. Try it on some rice.
So you said this one's mozoku. This one looks very similar, but the color's a little bit different.
Yeah.
What is this one?
This is mekabu.
Yeah. Okay.
it's also very slimy. And they're both like seaweed.
Like this one's a bit more sour, maybe.
Sour.
Like this one is also seaweed, but this one is like more for rice, you know.
Yeah,
Goes
you also
better
put it in
with rice.
onigiri as well.
Yes.
So Chris, you want to try something?
Yeah. Can I actually try this right here? Can you tell me a little bit about it too?
This is nametaki.
Let me get a little bit of that. Oh, wow. Is it a mushroom?
Yeah, it's mushroom.
Mmm. That's good. Yeah, I like that.
It's like really slimy, right?
It's slimy. It's kind of sweet. Kind of savory.
It goes good with rice.
Mhm.
So what do you like here the most, Yuja?
This.
This?
Yeah. Like, this is like slimy, like okura, with like katsuobushi. And like you put soy sauce in it, so it's kind of like salty, but like I really like the texture of it.
I want to try some egg as well. We have like different types. We have half boiled, we have raw eggs. Which do you want to do, Yuja?
There are. Wait, what is this like machine?
So I actually brought this one. This is an egg fluffer. So you crack a raw egg on top, and you can make a fluffy egg, and then you can put it on top of your
Wait.
rice.
What do you mean by fluffy egg?
I'll show you. So step one, you want to crack the egg on top, and this little lid on top is actually going to hold the egg yolk.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it divided it.
Yeah, and there's little holes on top of the lid too, so the egg whites can go down. And using this little tool right here, you're just gonna go up and down like this, maybe about 100 times, and it actually takes a long time. But if you
I
do
can
this,
see the little clouds.
yeah, it's starting to foam up. turn into a
Whoa!
little cloud.
Wow.
It's kind of cool how the egg whites turn from see-through to white. We'll just do it a little bit more, about halfway there maybe. All right. Cool. So,
Wow.
who wants to eat this?
I'll try it.
You want to try it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're just gonna remove this lid, and now I'll pour the egg whites on top. Ready? Look at that.
Whoa.
It's all slimy. And then the egg yolk.
That is beautiful.
Whoa.
You like it?
Yeah.
Soy
Soy sauce?
Do some soy sauce maybe, yeah.
And then the perfect tamago kake gohan.
Should I break the yolk?
Yeah, you can break it. Sometimes I like to mix it all together, but
Mm.
however you like to eat it.
Whoa. That is
Wow.
fluffy. I eat a normal TKG, but never like this. This is
Yeah.
like the first time. Wow, that's good.
Yeah, it tastes a little bit different than if you just crack an egg on
Yeah,
top of
yeah,
the
yeah,
rice.
that's so good.
How's the texture?
It's really good. Like, it's weird. It's like when you taste like the egg whites,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, because it's like a cloud, you know?
Oh.
All the bubbles break. It's like,
Yeah,
it's like cotton candy.
Oh.
that's a good way to explain it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, I'm an American and I've been living in Japan for a while, but we do not eat raw eggs in America.
Really?
What?
Yeah, it's not safe to eat them in America.
Okay. Wait, what about like boiled eggs or fried eggs or scrambled eggs?
Yeah, so cooked eggs are totally fine, of course, but you don't want to see any of like the runny whites at all. Because I know in Japan, like, you just showed me, we crack an egg on top of rice, mix it, and eat it.
Yeah.
But in America, you would never do that. Like, you want to make sure that it's fully cooked.
Wait, what about like, a bit runny scrambled eggs?
If it's a little runny, it's okay. But I think in America, scrambled eggs are cooked a little bit more than in Japan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, how about half-boiled eggs?
Half-boiled eggs, I think if it's like a little runny, it's okay. But I think a lot of American people, like when they see the egg yolk, they'll just say no. Like they don't want it. Yeah.
Wait, like, are like a lot of like American foods compared to Japan like a bit dry?
I don't know if I would say dry, but we're definitely a lot more concerned about if it reaches a certain temperature during the cooking process. Because, like, for example, with chicken and like beef and stuff like that, you want to make sure that it reaches this temperature, or else you probably shouldn't eat it. And the same goes with eggs too.
Mm.
Yeah, but I mean, there's like a lot of methods you can cook food, of course, to make it juicy and still make sure that it kills all the bacteria.
Yeah. I realized that like a lot of Japanese food is quite like, maybe moist or slimy in a lot of cases, right?
Yeah, there's a lot more textures, I guess you could say, in Japanese food.
Yeah. Like for example, all of this, all the seaweed and stuff. It's all slimy.
Yeah, it's pretty slimy.
And this too. What are some other examples?
You could say like bacon, for example, how in Japan it's more like ham. I don't know why it's called bacon, but in America it's a lot crispier, I guess you could say. And then I know in the UK it is just ham, but in Japan it looks like American bacon, but for some reason it doesn't crisp up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then, like I said earlier, we like our bacon really crispy in America.
Like really crispy.
Really crispy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because ours is like pretty squishy, like you can
Yeah,
just.
it's floppy.
Yeah.
Is it hard?
I would say it's crunchy. I think they're just prepared a little bit differently, and that's why it stays soft in Japan even when you cook it for a long time.
Yeah.
What other foods are there? Oh, how about fried chicken?
Fried chicken?
Yeah, Japanese karaage.
Oh yeah.
It's a
Like
lot
it.
different than American fried chicken.
Really?
How so?
So in America, we have different styles of fried chicken
Yeah.
depending on the area that you're from. There's bone-in chicken, there's boneless chicken. I know, like in the South, the chicken is a little bit different out there. But in my image of Japanese fried chicken, karaage, it's usually bite-sized pieces, thigh meat, and it's really, really juicy. In America, we like to dip it into sauces and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But the first base of the chicken is like a bit dry.
I don't know
Like
if I
before
would,
putting it on the sauce and stuff.
I would say it's a little bit drier than Japanese chicken, maybe. Yeah, I think also it's a lot crispier in Japan. They use potato starch when they fry the chicken, and in America we usually use flour.
Oh.
So the
okay.
texture of the chicken's different. I guess the juiciness of the chicken's a little bit different. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of Japanese chicken is
Oh, so
quite
the
juicy.
coating
and,
is
like,
totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the outside layer is different, and also like the inside, when you bite into it, it's like oil comes out.
Yeah.
It's like really like.
Yeah, Japanese fried chicken, it's really juicy.
Yeah.
I think because they mostly use thigh meat, and in America we use a lot of like chicken breast. Of course we use thigh meat too, but like for sandwiches, chicken sandwiches, it's usually chicken breast.
Which do you prefer personally?
Which do I prefer? Oh, that's a hard question. I gotta give it to American fried chicken. It's probably because I'm American, but I definitely like the diversity of different kinds of fried chicken. I think it depends on my mood, but I would lean a little bit towards American fried chicken. Have you guys tried American fried chicken?
No.
No.
Kentucky Fried Chicken is the closest.
KFC? Yeah. I mean, that's pretty good. What do you guys think about that?
I like Japanese fried chicken better.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I like the dry ones. Actually, yeah.
That's another thing too. The cartilage. Do you know cartilage?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know in Japan you guys eat that, don't you?
Yeah.
I don't think we eat that in America.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. I think American people usually eat like the meat, you know?
Just the meat.
Yeah, because
Oh.
I've been to like restaurants in Japan where they sell deep fried cartilage. Have you guys ever had that?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think of it?
Like, the texture is like a bit weird.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, the texture is a
it's
little
like
weird,
it's
but I
like
still
it's
like
not like slime or like anything like it's not like it's like kind of like rubber.
Yeah.
Like you bite into it and then for a second you feel like it's not gonna break, but then at some point it's like
Yeah, it kind of crunches.
Yeah.
it.
and it just breaks apart. So it's a bit weird
Yeah.
in my opinion. Yeah. Wait, so like one thing I realized is that a lot of Japanese food is like closer to how would you say it like the natural state, like
Yeah, kind of.
from nature,
Yeah.
like and like a lot of foods in America
Less
and other
processed.
countries, have a lot of like processed foods,
Yeah.
like
I mean, that sounds healthier for sure.
Yeah.
I know as an American, when you walk down the supermarket aisles, there are definitely a lot of, I guess you could say, unhealthy snacks. I mean, I love the stuff; it's really good. But definitely in Japan, they have a lot more like vegetables for each meal. Like you were saying, it's closer to the source.
yeah,
Yeah, when they cook it,
true. I mean, this looks like it came straight from the sea.
it kind of does.
Well, how about natto?
Natto, I
Yeah.
love it.
You love natto?
Yeah,
When was the first time you tried natto? Like after you came to Japan?
I actually had it in America in my Japanese
Oh,
class.
really?
Yeah, my teacher was passing out natto to everyone to get
A
their
natto
reaction. Yeah, we all shared one pack, and she would give
Oh.
everybody one bean. And she wanted to know what we thought of it. I kid you not, everybody in the class just had like a face because to be honest, it's kind of smelly and
true.
it's super slimy too. I love it now, but I definitely had to train myself to eat it. Yeah.
Like, why do you think a lot of people do you think a lot of people suffer from eating it for the first time because it's slimy or stinky?
I think it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Because we don't really have a lot of slimy foods in
Yeah.
America. Also, foods that are, you could smell from a mile away.
So they're not really used to the natto.
They're not used to it. Yeah.
Used to those types of food.
Exactly. When I came to Japan, because I think it's kind of rude to reject food. So I wanted to practice eating a lot of foods by myself. So if someone gave it to me, I would be okay. And natto was the first food I started with because it's the hardest for me to eat. It took me a full week. I bought natto and I had so many packs of natto every day. But after that week, I got used to it.
Okay.
I don't think everybody needs to do that, but
But
if
it's
you're,
amazing that you got through it in a week.
yeah, you definitely like. They say it's an acquired taste because it starts to taste better the more you eat it. But the first few times was pretty hard.
Okay.
I mean, what about for Japanese people?
Like,
I
what
don't
are some
remember.
hard food? For us, like not like some people don't like it, but in a lot of cases, like kids usually eat it as well. So like, well, if Japanese kids don't like it since they're a kid, they're not gonna like it even
As an
they
adult?
Yeah, as an adult. But like, I don't hear a lot of people who like actually hate it or like can't eat it.
Yeah, well, I mean, they are fermented soybeans, and there are a lot of soybeans in Japanese food.
Yeah.
We don't really eat a lot of soybeans in America. I think there's not really like a lot of tofu and stuff like that in America. Of course, you could find it, but it's not like everyone eats it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's just like a soy product. It's stinky, it's slimy. A lot of American people are like, no, thank you.
Yeah, I feel like also like a lot of people like see like slimy or like smelly foods as like rotten.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, and like might misunderstand, or like just feel like like there's a barrier.
Yeah, because it's why would you eat a smelly food when there's other healthy foods that
True.
aren't smelly?
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I think I could be wrong, but I think a lot of natto's only made in Japan. Because when I had
Yes.
natto in America, all of it says it's made in Japan. So
Yeah.
shipping to America would be kind of hard too. And
Mm.
yeah,
Fair
the younger
enough,
you
yeah.
learn to eat a food, the more okay you are with as like
Mm.
an adult. But yeah,
Either you like it or not, you know.
right. We just didn't grow up eating that in America.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah. You want to try it?
Yeah, let's get some.
Hey.
Ooh.
So I know there's a few different ways to remove the plastic off. How do you guys do it?
We just usually take the film off, but I see a lot of content creators just.
But I usually do this. Like, you take a little bit of the
Pull it
film and
Oh,
like,
that's yeah.
and
Yeah.
just pull it out.
I just go like this. Just
Yeah.
take it off.
I think your way is kind of mess free. I
Yeah.
like it. I'm gonna do it. Whoa.
That's smart, actually.
Yeah. And just stand like that.
Okay, and this, right? So,
First, before you put on the sauce,
You have to
you're
mix
supposed
it.
to like mix it.
yeah.
Give it a
And
good
the
mix.
more you mix it, like,
The more it's gonna be like
The more
Yeah.
umami.
it
yes.
tastes better. It's gonna taste better. if
Like when you
come out.
first mix it without the sauce, you're gonna see like a bit of these strings of like the slimy stuff, and that's a good sign. That's
Yeah.
a sign that you're doing it right.
After you mix a lot, like, it's gonna, like, start to turn off foamy.
Yeah, and then you
Yeah, and
Put
once
the
it starts to
sauce on.
foam up, you put the sauce on top of it.
Wow, you just formed up so fast.
I like to mix my natto a lot.
Yeah, you mix it pretty fast. That's awesome. All right, sauce time.
oh no,
Do you guys know what's in this sauce?
is it like
I think
80% soy sauce or something?
Yeah, it's soy sauce
Oh,
based.
is it? It's mostly soy sauce.
I think so. Wait, oh no, I messed up, so I'm just gonna do a different side.
But like, there's this one. I think is probably soy sauce based, but like, there's a lot of different types. Like, there's kombu based.
Yeah, and there's sometimes like egg based.
Yeah, like there's a lot of different types of things, so you could choose. And once you put in like the sauce, like it's easier to mix it,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it's gonna turn a lot. Yeah, it's gonna turn into foam a lot quicker.
Yeah, it's a lot looser.
Easier to mix.
Yeah,
You guys ready to dig in?
yeah.
I usually put kalashi on.
Yeah,
I don't.
me too.
I don't put galashi on.
Do you guys put it on your rice or do you eat it just like this?
I'll put it on the rice.
All right, I'll do the same. Here we go. I'll just look at that. It smells like heaven.
And look at this.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, you don't want to get any stuck to your hands.
it's gonna get messy.
Shall we
No.
eat? Oh,
Yeah, we shall eat.
there we go.
No, I shall eat.
Delicious.
Mm.
That is very good.
That's the good stuff right there.
Amazing.
There's no clean way to eat natto.
There's no clean way to eat it, but it's good.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yep.
Just gotta try it.
Yeah, you should try it.
Well, now can we ask you questions about you and your content?
Bring it on. Any question you want.
Why did you start to like Japanese food?
Japanese food. Ever since I was little, I've always had like sushi. There was a good sushi restaurant next to my house, and I would always
Really?
eat it. And it was California rolls, so I don't know if you can call that Japanese food, but that was like the first time I had some kind of Japanese related food. And then, living in Japan, I used to teach at an elementary school, and we would have the kyushoku or the school lunch, so I had to eat a lot of Japanese food. And I mean, it was really good. It's, but yeah.
Well, what inspired you, or what kind of dish inspired you to make content about Japanese food?
When I came to Japan, it was around the time the pandemic was going on, and then it kind of just evolved into me saying hey, I think I'm going to record my bento for the day. And I just recorded it, and it got a lot of views. And I thought oh, let me do another bento video. And then that one got a lot of views. And then it just, started like that, and escalated like that. I made a lot of bento videos, and
Mm.
here we are.
Well, like you mentioned bento videos, right?
Mhm.
What do you think is different about like Japanese bento? Like what people would pack their kids like for lunch in Japan, and like what American people would pack for lunch.
Yeah. So when I hear bento, I kind of think rice, and then you have this side dish, this side dish, this side dish, and like a main, and it looks all pretty. Sometimes there's even like little characters too.
Yeah.
In America, I think of like a sandwich, an apple, and I don't know, juice or something simple. I think both are really cool, but I think I just really appreciate how bentos in Japan, they look really pretty and colorful, and before you even eat it, you're already thinking like, wow, this looks really
Yeah,
good.
it's really fun to eat.
Yeah, it almost makes the food taste a little bit better.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like sometimes there's like a face of like maybe a Mickey or something. Mickey
Yeah,
Mouse
a
with
lot
the-
of character
Yeah, the
bentos.
seaweed and stuff.
Mhm.
Sometimes that's really fun to eat.
Yeah.
Well, like through like making content on your channel and also on other social media platforms, like what were some foods or like maybe the top 3 foods that had like the biggest like had the most views or like the best reaction from the viewers?
Yeah, I would say number one is definitely rice balls.
Rice balls.
Yeah. I look at rice balls as the Japanese version of a sandwich because you
Mm.
have carb,
Yeah,
and then
it's
in the
carbs
middle,
and it's like the
some kind of filling.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think for a lot of people when they come to Japan, they always want to go to a konbini or convenience store and get a rice ball. And I don't know, they just come in many different kinds. You know, there's salmon, there's kelp, there's tuna mayo. I think a lot of people can appreciate how you can have simple foods come together and they just taste really good.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. What's your guys' favorite rice ball?
Tuna mayo.
Tuna mayo?
Tuna mayo.
Tuna mayo?
Tuna mayo.
Really? Everyone's tuna mayo? Okay, I'm salmon.
Oh
I
yeah,
know,
I
I
love
kind
salmon
of want
too.
to say tuna mayo now too, but yeah. Another food that people like on my channel are definitely instant noodles.
Instant noodles.
Yeah.
Like cup ramen.
Cup ramen and stuff like that. Because in America, or at least where I lived, you would have like the ramen area, and it would be like 2 different kinds of ramen.
Wow.
But in Japan, it's like just 2 long walls of different kinds of ramen.
Yeah, there's like an aisle for ramen.
Yeah. They have the really cheap stuff, and they have the Michelin fancy restaurant
Yeah.
instant noodles too. You can get those at the convenience store too.
Yeah.
Those are all really cool. I think of Japanese ramen as American cereal because, like I was saying about the
True.
store, when you walk down the aisle, it's just so many different kinds. And yeah, that's
Yeah,
in
these days
Japan,
they
too.
even have like the instant Michelin star restaurant thing, you know? Like even the soup is like, like frozen.
Yeah, I know with a lot of instant noodles in America, when you open the pack, everything's already there. But in Japan, when you open it, you have like the meat, and then you have the vegetables, and you have 2 different kinds of broth, like a powder,
Yeah.
some oil, and it's like super fancy.
Yeah. A lot of options to from a simple cup or pack of like cup ramen, right?
Yeah, I like that you can just go to the konbini and just like grab something and then cook it there and eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really easy, really convenient.
Yeah, it's really good too.
Yeah, it's really good.
And the third thing was what was it? So we talked about rice balls. We talked about
Instant ramen.
instant ramen, and the last one is definitely natto. Yeah.
Natto.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just the
Yeah.
texture and the smell, and we don't really have anything to compare it with in America, and I guess a lot of other countries too. Yep, natto.
Natto's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. And lately I've been making a lot of videos where like I want to see if there's other foods in other countries that are similar to natto, like a food that would shock the world. And I think natto's up there for one of the most surprising foods.
Yeah, there's nothing like it around the world,
Yeah.
What do you think is like the most attractive part about Japanese food?
Definitely how it looks and just that it's healthy too.
True.
Yeah, like I was saying before, I feel like with a lot of Japanese bentos, and even restaurant food, fast food too, it seems like they put a lot of time in putting the food together
Yeah.
to make it look as pretty as possible in the plate, or if it's fast food, in the wrapper. And of course, I like that a lot of it's pretty healthy too.
Yeah.
You can go anywhere and still find vegetables and stuff like that.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the meal.
So it's balanced.
It's
Yeah,
a lot
true.
more balanced. There's
It's balanced and it's also healthy and it tastes good too.
Yeah, when I was in the States, something I did often, I would have like meat, potatoes, and like broccoli, and then just eat that as my meal. And like that's really good. I love that. I can appreciate in Japan how they have like what 3 different side dishes, a soup, some rice, and it just when you see it, it's like wow, this is my meal. Like you just feel better about it for some reason,
Yeah, that's cool.
right? Yeah.
Well, like, what is your favorite Japanese food, and or something that you would recommend to people who would come to Japan?
My favorite Japanese food? That's a hard question. I would probably say nikujaga.
Nikujaga.
Yeah, so nikujaga, it translates literally to meat and potatoes.
Yes, it does.
And it's a stew. It's like a sweet, savory miso stew.
Yes.
Simmered
It's sweet, but not too sweet.
Exactly.
The texture is amazing.
It's really good. Yeah, that's a really good one.
Are there like any Japanese foods that you still like hesitate to eat or can't eat?
Yes, 100%. I cannot do organ meat. Yeah, because in Japan they have like motsu or like the intestine soup.
Yes.
They also have for yakitori. They have like heart. They have all those.
Oh, yeah.
I can't eat.
I can't eat that as well.
You know those
Yeah.
like chicken heart.
Chicken heart on a
Yeah.
stick.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can't
I
do
can't
that.
do that.
Not just the taste, but like also the texture. It's not quite squishy, but it's like
Yeah.
rubbery.
Right. I don't know if it's the texture for me. I think it's just the idea of eating organ meat.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'll admit I'm weird because I can't do that. But
Yeah, maybe like if somebody gave me that and
Didn't tell me.
didn't tell me that it was like organs,
You think
then
you could
I
eat
could
it?
eat it. But
Yeah.
like if
True.
I know that I'm about to eat organs, no, bro.
No.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the last question.
Okay.
Do you have any advice or any messages for people who want to try like Japanese foods but have yet to take the plunge?
Oh yeah, definitely. You got to start somewhere. So if you're overseas, not in Japan, just go to your Japanese market or an Asian market or something like that, and start with things that just look good to you. Maybe you like to eat a lot of desserts and sweets and stuff like that. Look for Japanese desserts. If you like more savory potato chips and stuff like that, try some Japanese potato chips. And I feel like it's important to start slow. There's no really rush to
there's no
just
need to
dive
rush.
into the deep end. Just little by little. Yeah.
Thank you for the advice.
Of course, handshakes, handshakes, handshakes.
So in this video, we tried a bunch of different Japanese foods and had a lot of fun talking with Chris from Bento Club. And all of his social media platforms will be in the description down below, so make sure to check them out because he makes really cool videos.
Yeah.
And yeah, so anyway, thank you so much for being here. We
My
had a lot of fun.
pleasure. My pleasure.
But anyway, this is the end of the video. Thanks for watching our video today, and make sure to subscribe, push the like button, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!